So I was walking in the city last summer with my brother, and we were filming these video interviews where I go up to women and ask them controversial fitness questions and stuff. And we were finishing up, right? And I was tired. I just wanted to go home, but I wanted to get one more interview. So I saw this perfect opportunity. I saw this like one chick who was like all alone. She was like on her phone, like back against the wall and stuff. So then I just went up to her and I asked her, "Hey, you want to be in a video?" Blah blah blah. I got like already a weird vibe from her. Like she looked like a crackhead or something, like just waiting for some drugs in the corner of the street or something. And she looks up and she puts like a weird face, and she looks behind me, and this deranged dude just that comes up from behind me and pushes me. And I already seen him from a mile away, but I didn't think they were together. And he just tells me, "Oh, move along, bro. Yeah, move along, move along." Obviously, I just like looked behind me. I'm like, what the hell? And my brother was there. And there were like a lot of people there. We were by the baseball field in Wrigleyville. It was like, I think it was a Cubs game going on at the time. In my head, I told myself, yo, why would I engage in a physical altercation with this deranged crackhead? It's not worth it. I'm not gonna risk losing my teeth or getting injured for something so stupid, right? And it's just men like him, for example, they're so ego driven and don't give a damn about the consequences and don't think. And obviously he was probably on crack or something. They're just some weird deranged couple, but I didn't want no part of it, so we just walked away. But that inspired, see, I already fight, like I've been in judo for a couple years, but that inspired my brother to start judo and just start learning how to fight, because you never know what could happen out here, especially when you're in the city, out in the street. There's a lot of crazy people out there, man, and if you don't know how to defend yourself, things hit the fan. For example, like that could have gone worse. That scenario could have gone worse. The guy could have had a knife. He could have continued like pushing and like wanting to fight. And if my life was in danger, then yes, I would have engaged and kicked his ass. Even though he was like, he looked taller and like bigger than me, but I still definitely could have like beat his ass because he didn't look like he knew how to fight. Probably would have thrown his like shitty punches. And so what happens when a man learns how to fight? I'm gonna use myself as an example. I started working out before I got into judo, and before that, I was a young boy, and I had a little bit of a karate background from when I was a kid, but even so, like a lot of my skills are rusty anyways. So I really wasn't the most confident kid walking around. The only thing giving me confidence was my physique, but even so, I knew like muscles aren't everything. Like you have to know how to use them in a real life scenario, like self-defense, for example. But anyways, what happens when a man learns how to fight? Like for me, after I joined judo and I was doing it for a couple of months, and that turned into years, and I started like meeting new friends and stuff, and I told them, hey, I train judo, and like I tell them like, oh, I do martial arts and stuff, and they look at you like differently. Like it seems to have increased my social status. Like I don't know, there's something about a man knowing how to fight. It just makes you cool, you know, because people are like, oh, I'm not gonna mess with this guy, and it definitely is a symbol of status. There's a few things that boost a man's status. If he's good looking, has a good physique, he makes a lot of money, the caliber of woman he has in his arm, and the fifth one, in my opinion, is if he knows how to fight. Like, just think about it. Every fighter in general, you kind of revere to them. To somebody that knows how to fight, you kind of like respect that person subconsciously because you know that they could kick your ass and that they're capable of violence. It's just something biological. I don't know. Like for me, like ever since I got into judo, like I got more respect in society. Men that I network with, like men that I meet, like when I tell them I know how to fight and stuff. Not in like an ego way, but it's just like, oh, nice, this guy's a man. Like he can fight. He's not just all for show, not just like, oh, aesthetics, but and he's not like a pretty boy. You know, it's a masculine thing. To know how to fight is for men. You know, this is a men's channel, but, you know, women can fight too. But for the point of the video, when men learn how to fight, it's going to boost your status. And that's something really cool. It's a really cool benefit, especially if you're in high school or something. If you joined a wrestling team, maybe you won't be like the popular crowd or whatever, but you'll definitely get more respect than if you were just some geek playing Fortnite or whatever. That's all I'm saying. So the other thing that will happen when men learn how to fight, again, taking myself as an example, you just gain more confidence. Walking around and stuff, you feel like an authority, like kind of like a veteran, like, oh, like, I already know this. Like, I don't know, you just get more confident because you know, like, most people don't know how to fight anyways, and if they try to like disrespect you or start something with you, it'll just kick their ass. It'll definitely increase confidence when a man learns how to fight. I don't know where mentally I would be if I didn't know how to fight at this stage of the game, this point of my life. Fighting has definitely taken my life to the next level, and that's something I would definitely get my children into young, get them into wrestling, get them into judo, get them into something, because that's the cruelest thing you can do to a child, is deprive them from self-defense. So another thing that happens when men learn how to fight, let's take the first scenario, for example, the story I told you. What if that man did decide to throw some punches and I had to fight? Probably didn't know how to fight, right? So he's probably going to be like gassing himself out, throwing like shitty punches and stuff. And if I didn't know how to fight, I would probably engage in that and like do the same. Knowing what I know now, as a fighter, I would just keep my distance, you know, let him gas himself out, kind of like apply the Floyd Mayweather like strategy of like defense at first, let him gas himself out, keep my distance, you know, pace myself, be in control of the fight, be in control of the situation, be in control of my mind, not making any stupid moves before I feel like it's the right time to engage in like a judo throw or something, and get a hold of him and try to throw him and get him on the ground as soon as possible and just submit him. Maybe restrain him, pin him down, put him in an arm lock until the cops come or something. When a man learns how to fight, they will go from shitty punches to being poised and in control of the situation, both mentally and physically. So wouldn't you want that? I mean, it does take a little bit of work to learn how to fight, but that's how anything else valuable in the world comes. It wouldn't be a valuable skill, it wouldn't be a valuable asset, the art of fighting, if it wasn't difficult. Because everybody would walk around with a black belt and knowing how to fight, and you know, it's difficult things that are in this world that are valuable because of their level of difficulty. So you got to ask yourself, am I willing to put myself through difficult moments, difficult training to master the skill that I 100% believe it is worth your time doing? Or am I just going to be some lazy Fortnite player who gets his ass kicked and I'm an incel and I get no girls and I don't get any respect from society and I'm just a slob piece of you know what? It's something to think about, guys. So hey man, if you're not in shape yourself, apply my one-on-one coaching and I will get you in shape. So if you guys want to watch a video that I talk about how muscles aren't everything, you need to know how to fight, and talk about like the various tips and benefits about the art of fighting, watch this video right now. For now, that's all I got. Subscribe if you like the message and you vibe with me, give the video a like, and I'll see you in this next video.